Hi guys, welcome to Celestial Telepathic Tarot, where I have a pick a card reading. It's gonna be about why are people intimidated by your aura. Okay, so we have 3 piles for you to choose from. Pick your images and I'll see you guys at your piles. Bye. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading where we're going to tap in and we're going to see why are people intimidated by your aura. Spirit, ancient ancestors, ascending masters, guardian angels, divine, tell us why people are intimidated by pile 1's aura. Please and thank you. So straight off the bat, we have the devil. So you're very attracted, you're very desired by many, maybe even some people get a bit obsessed and possessive over you. On top of that, your detachment skills are like, it's out of this world, okay? You have no problem cutting people off and going about your business. And yeah, people think you're out here putting love spells on them because they just seem to cannot forget you, and they're intimidated by the effects that you have on people, or they're intimidated by the fact that you can be caught up in a relationship at one moment, but as soon as you no longer feel like it's serving you, you feel like you're chained down, it's kind of feeding your lower self instead of your higher self. You have no problem cutting it off, taking authority, taking your power back and moving on and disassociating and disengaging from people, places and things that do not serve you. And it doesn't have to just be romantic relationships. It can be friendships, it can be family members, it could be work environments. You have no problem cutting the ties and strategically moving on. And people could be intimidated by the fact that they don't see it coming because you're someone who could move in silence, or the way that you just strategically unravel yourself out of entanglements is just very admirable to some people, because yeah, they just don't see it coming with you. Yes, you're very healing. You are very self-aware is what it's giving me. Like, you have no problem analyzing a situation and admitting to yourself that it's serving your lower self, it's not serving your higher self. You're not able to prosperly grow. All it's bringing is disharmony, competition, arguments, power struggle, people wanting to control. Like, no, people are intimidated by you because there is no competing with you. You can't compete where you don't compare. You refuse to play people's games. Like, people will try and put bait out for you, hoping you'll feed into whatever trap they're setting for you, and you ignore it because you're like, your peace of mind. Whenever a situation is compromising your peace of mind, you cut it off. You don't have time to engage with it. And people, hold on a second. But yeah, people are upset that you refuse to engage with their childish behavior, whereas they want to act all out in their shadow side because they're triggered by something. You would rather do the self-reflection and you would rather do the healing. They're also intimidated because you reflect in them the work that they are avoiding, the work that they refuse to do, the chains that they willingly and complicitly allow to hold them down, okay? They want to be all victim, like, oh, they can't change their circumstances, but they're the ones that are allowing it to occur. They can change it, but hey, they're putting their energy in all the wrong things, because what they'd rather do is try and disturb your peace, try and disturb your... Like, you could be someone as well. You enjoy your space. You enjoy keeping to yourself. You enjoy hermit mode because it allows you to recharge, rest, rejuvenate, especially if you're someone where you feel like your social meter can go down if you have too much social interactions. And people are intimidated by the fact that you essentially don't need people. You're very fulfilled within yourself, okay? You don't feel like you always need people around you to feel like you're validated or you're needed or you're special. Like, no. Being in your own space, being by yourself is where you enjoy to be the most, because you're free of other people's projections. You're free of other people's egos and insecurities. Like, nothing, like, whatever is holding them back, it's not holding you back, because you're just free of their projections. And people are intimidated that, to them, I mean, Six of Earth, to them it seems like you don't have insecurities, you don't be going through ish, but the fact that the Devil and the Four of Swords is here, it's like you be going through your own shadow work. You be going through your own pains, trials, and tribulations. You just know how to do the healthy thing and heal. People are intimidated by that because maybe they want to avoid whatever is troubling them on a soul level, whereas you're not about avoiding anything because you're the Empress, literally. Okay, the Empress is all about healing, nurturing, and creating prosperous new beginnings. There is nothing that you cannot build from scratch. That is why you have no problem walking away from foundations that do not serve you and building anew somewhere else. Okay, on top of that, with that Empress energy, like, you're very tapped into your emotions. That's why you're able to heal, because you allow yourself the time and the space to feel those painful emotions, acknowledge those painful emotions. Do not judge yourself for having gone through that cycle. It's like you just had to learn whatever you had to learn, and you gained a lot of insight from that. It's like you don't beat yourself up even if you go through troubling times where you should maybe have not have been there, because we're all human. We're all going to experience cycles where we learn a lot more painful lessons than happier lessons, because that was just how the cycle was divinely orchestrated, right? But it's the fact that you just don't beat yourself up on the situation. You learn from it, you move on, and it makes you better. People are intimidated by the fact that whenever you are faced by opposition and oppression and people trying to drain you and drag you down and leech off of you because they're energy vampires, it does not take away from your essence. It does not destroy your sense of who you are and how you see yourself. Like, nah, you just take it as a lesson and you move on. And on top of that, people are very intimidated by the fact that you're very wealthy, you're very abundant. People in your community respect you because you're very genuous. You're very generous, okay? And on top of that, I feel like you have the discernment to know when you should be sharing your abundance with other people. Like, people could come in and feel like they're going to take advantage of you because you're so generous, you have a lot to give, you have like an overflow of abundance, and they want to leech off of you because they have nothing else to do with their time. But what intimidates them is they know that whatever fake mask they're wearing, whatever trick they're trying to use to gain something from you, it's not going to last very long. You're going to see them for who they are, the devil that they are, and you're going to move on and do your healing and take your abundance elsewhere. And then they're going to be sad, reminiscing, wishing that they were still in your energy, because there is no one like you that is out here giving unconditional love and just collaborating and working with people because it's just what you feel like in your soul you have to do, or you just want to do because you're a good, nurturing person. But yeah, people are intimidated by your wealth, maybe intimidated by your career, because that's what's stabilizing, you know, your money and finances. And I also want to say people are intimidated. You cannot be blocked. You cannot be confused, okay? Even if you are in a situation where you have to make a decision between two options or two outcomes, you're always going to know exactly which one is best for you. No one can disillusion you. No one can hold up fantasies. No one can sell you dreams. No one can sell you false illusions. You're going to see through them. And look at how the scent, okay? Look at the scent. That was literally that animal's power. The sun, literally, that is you guys. That's why you're intimidating, because people will literally plot and plan for you. It's giving an energy of like people's lives, they're not going that great, and because they're not going that great, they want to come into your energy now and they want to treat you some type of way because they don't like that your life looks like it's on the up and up. You look like you have it figured out. You look like you're not dealing with any struggles or insecurities. It looks like everything is easy breezy for you. People literally plot, they try to come after you, and they find out the hard way that it's never going to work because you can see through people's false masks. You're very in tune with your intuition, your discernment, and your emotions. No one can manipulate you. No one can cause illusions. No one can push you to do anything that you don't think aligns with your soul. And people are intimidated by that, okay? They're intimidated by the fact that it never looks like you're blocked. It never looks like whatever they're planning for you is... It's something to do with like your abundance and the fact that you're very successful and you're thriving, and people, they don't see themselves in that light, so they kind of want to come in and self-sabotage you, but intimidated because they can't self-sabotage you, and in the same instincts they've racked up unnecessary karma trying to come for you and your foundation, because now they're experiencing stagnation. Now they have a guilty conscience, or they just have something else playing their mind. I have a phone call, give me a second. Hi guys, sorry about that. Let's take that phone call. But let's read what this says. Evolution of spirit, action of plans, transcend. Literally what we've been saying. People are intimidated because they set plans for you to self-sabotage you. And they can't self-sabotage someone who is constantly evolving, who is constantly growing, who is constantly trying to tap into their higher self and disassociate from their lower self. You will, because at the end of the day, you have to acknowledge your lower self. You have to acknowledge those triggers. You have to, like, you acknowledge your lower self, but you don't feed into it, okay? And that's why people are intimidated, because you're someone who sets your plans in motions, you action them, you fulfill them, whatever you're manifesting, like you go after it. You don't sit down and tell yourself you cannot do, you can do. And on top of that, especially when you leave people, like they're intimidated by the way that it makes them feel, okay? They stay longing and wishing that they could join your soul family. They miss the support that they receive from you, because when you're not around them, it's like you help people feel very grounded because you are that light within the darkness. And when you're gone, they feel like they don't know how to navigate through the chaos, okay? People are intimidated because they realize that they can be a bit codependent on your energy. And yeah, they don't like how that makes them feel, because you're not codependent on their energy. You are not codependent on anyone. You literally rely on yourself and your ancestors and your spiritual guides to help you ascend through any cycle that you're experiencing. Seeking a higher truth, discernment, a better path, authority. So I don't know if I did say, because I've been doing so many readings, I can't keep up with the messages. They're all like correlating with each other though. But this is definitely another pile where you have that logic, you have that insight and that discernment. Whenever people are trying to cause blockages, whenever people are plotting for you, you are able to strategize, navigate the right pathway to get out your desired outcome whenever anyone is coming against you, right? That's why you're so intimidating, because people could really have these big plans on how they're going to take you down, and you just flip it on their ass. And you come out looking better at the end every single time. And people are like, how do you do that? What they need to understand is that your discernment and your intuition, it's always going to keep you one step of the game, okay? It's always going to keep you tapped in. It's always going to keep you aware. And what could also intimidate people is maybe you're not loud with it. Maybe you're not yelling from the rooftop, oh, that person's fake, you need to watch out for them. Like, you have no problem coexisting with people within an environment, and you see them for who they are. And that allows you to move accordingly with the situation. People are intimidated because you see them for who they are. You may not speak on it because you feel like you don't have energy to deal with it. You don't have energy to do the fakeness with them. You accept them for who they are, and you accept that you're just going to keep them at a distance and you don't have to have them in your immediate circle. And people are just intimidated by that because they don't really know whether or not you genuinely like them. Apology guys, I do have to take this phone call. I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm sorry, my mom is buying a wig and she wanted my advice on different styles. So maybe people are intimidated by the fact that you could either change up your look whenever you feel like you need to freshen up, or you just need to you know, you just feel like you want to change, you want to love on yourself, so you spoil yourself. And on top of that, it could also be a fact that people actually look to you for your advice because they really respect what you have to say. They really respect the advice that you bring to the table, and like when you give people advice, it's actually going to help better them. It's not like those petty people who be giving out advice hoping to self-sabotage the people who are actually seeking their help. So people really trust you, and they feel like the words of wisdom that you give add value to whatever they're doing moving forward with their life. But people are intimidated by your discernment, your intuition, the fact that you have a lot of power and authority, the fact that no one really challenges you because you are intimidating. But it's not like you're a tyrant, if I've said that correctly, because your power and authority is balanced. Like, you're not gonna go out into the world and take advantage of people because that's just not your style, okay? What do they say? With great power comes great responsibility. That's you, okay? Whereas these people sit down and think, oh my god, if I had all this power and all this success and money and good looks, they would be horrible to people, and they would try and manipulate people and use the fact that they are more socially stable or more socially elite to make people do things because, hey, they want to get something out of the situation. Like, they would take advantage of people. They would use their power for evil, whereas you use your power for good. And that's why people are intimidated, because they recognize there's a reason why the divine gifted you with these gifts and didn't gift them with certain gifts, because they wouldn't use them for the right vices, right? But at the end of the day, you are someone who seeks truth, and you also speak on truth, because we said that people seek your advice. They feel like you give sound advice. And I feel like people are intimidated by the fact that you are, what's that word? So yeah, people are also intimidated by your knowledge, by the fact that you are someone that speaks truth as well as seeks it. So maybe they're also intimidated when it doesn't have to necessarily be debates, but when they conversate with you, they don't know what you're going to say. They don't know what you're going to come back with. Maybe you're someone who's very witty, where it's easy for you to just think of comebacks on the go. And yeah, people don't like to have debates or arguments with you because whereas they feel like they run out of things to say, you just have a wealth of comebacks. You just have a wealth of answers. You just have a wealth of knowledge at your disposal, and people are intimidated by that. Maybe you use a big vocabulary as well, and people can be intimidated by the fact you just make them feel like they don't know as much as you. So we have pride, black sheep, stubbornness. People could be intimidated by the fact that what you say kind of goes. You are not easily swayed. You are not easily swayed by peer pressure, societal constructs, the idea of needing to fit in. You have no problem being the black sheep, being the odd man out, being alienated, standing alone, being the popular loner, because you do what you want to do. You do what feeds your soul. No one can manipulate you or pressure you to do anything that you do not want to do. It's really giving an energy of like, once your mind has made up, people are intimidated that it cannot be changed, especially if it's like an observation or assessment that you've made of that person. Once you've decided that someone is an energy vampire or they're low vibrational and you don't feel like you want to associate yourself with them, you have no problem, like, you keep that you literally keep that observation of them, and that's intimidating for people because they don't know what to do to change your mindset or that outlook that you have of them, okay? People may think that you're prideful, but spirit is like, no, you're someone where your lower self, the fallen angel, and your higher self, the enlightened side of you, are very much in balance, are very much aligned with one another. You know how to dip and dabble in and out of those two energies because that's just you, okay? Like, when I say stuff like that, look at it from an example of, you know how to emphasize with people who are kind of stuck in their shadow attributes because you yourself have gone through certain struggles, traumas, experiences where you can emphasize with these people, but you also have the power to pull yourself out, okay? People are they're intimidated by your wisdom, your knowledge. The fact that your knowledge goes beyond the physical, goes beyond what is logically understood, okay? You also have that intuitive insight where your spiritual ancestors, they give you downloads, they give you telepathic messages. You have a divine link, a divine channel to the divine, basically an open channel like a cell phone. Call them on your hotline, okay? It be blinging, like, yeah, for real. But you're very skilled, you're very talented, and I feel like you're very adaptable to changes, and people are just intimidated about the fact that you are multi-talented, the fact that no one can stop your shine, no one can stop your succession. We literally have I am balanced. We said it, like your higher and your lower self are very much in line with each other, are very much balanced. You don't allow your insecurities and your fears to stop you from chasing whatever goals you're supposed to be, like, you know, going after. Or you just don't allow, say if you have commitments like work or just commitments in general, you don't allow life to throw you off your path, okay? And even if life does throw you off the path, for example, like you used to be a gym rat and you're not hitting the gym as much, but you want to, you have that strength to get back into alignment, okay? No one's perfect all the time. You may fall off, but you are able to get your priorities back in check. People are intimidated because they feel like you are balancing your working life, your social life, your friendships, your love life, family, like you're balancing everything effortlessly, okay? And you have your priorities in order. On top of that, they're intimidated because you are able to see when people are trying to manipulate you, when people are trying to be two-faced, when people are trying to use you, especially if it's like use your body sexually as well, to their own advantage, okay? And again, with the I am searching, like, yo, you enjoy being alone, okay? Blessings of loneliness, because you are not distracted by people's projections, okay? You can focus on your own healing and not take on other people's trauma and pain. On top of that, with that I am searching, you are a seeker of knowledge and understanding and self-development, and people are just intimidated by your hunger to continuously evolve and grow and just rise above it. But overall, yeah, I feel like as well, that's why lovers find it very difficult, or that's why your lovers are intimidated or just find it difficult to manipulate and use you, because you'd rather be alone. I'm not saying you see love as a burden, but yeah, you kind of see some people as a burden, and you rather just be alone because you get a lot of stuff done when you don't have any distractions around you. And that's not to say that you won't entertain someone, because hey, if you meet someone and they're ticking all your boxes, you're gonna give them the time of day. But if they're not, like, you're gonna move on and do you. But yeah, people are intimidated because you see behind people's masks. You see when people are throwing rocks and hiding their hands, and you have no problem speaking on it. Determined. You are determined to go after whatever goal, dream, aspiration you set for yourself. Even when it looks like the road ahead of you is challenging, there is nothing you will not achieve because you refuse to give up on yourself. You never tell yourself you can't do something. You always tell yourself you can. On top of that, long term, okay, your admirers are intimidated by you because you are the whole package. You're wifey hubby material. You're a long-term investment, and not everybody has what it takes to date you. People could also be intimidated by the fear of rejection because you yourself could only be interested in long-term connections. And if you have players that are just seeing you from a lustful, desirable angle, obviously you're going to tell them to go packing. So yeah, you have them very intimidated. On top of that, you're an entrepreneur, money magnet, okay? You have no problem making multiple streams of income. You are someone, even if you are working a 9 to 5, people are intimidated by the fact that you could surpass them one day, especially if you're new on the block. You have the skills and the power to surpass them, to run the company, to even go and make your own company, to go and invest in multiple different streams of income. Like, people see the power that you hold. And like, yeah, they recognize game. They recognize why you have all the abundance you have to share with your community, because you're a hard worker. You don't keep yourself trapped in one box. You're multi-talented. If there is a niche that you can tap into, you're going to discover how you can do that. And yeah, you have the F-boys, the F-girls intimidated because you make them feel like they're lacking something, okay? They definitely don't have what it takes to date you. That's for sure what you're given, the signals. Like, not everybody can date you. Not everybody can take a seat at your table. They need to go work on themselves. They need to go do their healing, because you don't mess about with no short-term flings. And anyone that's trying to use your body, like, nah, you're not about it. You're not interested. You're unapologetically yourself, okay? You don't apologize for being who you are. And if people don't like your personality, you tell them to piss off. Like, you don't care. I'm not here to people please, okay? I'm not interested in being loved by everybody. And on top of that, not that you're materialistic, just that people are intimidated by the wealth that you have, okay? You are very stable financially. You get to enjoy the finer things of life. You could be someone, if you want to go buy the latest iPhone, you have the finances to literally just go buy it outright, okay? You don't have to take out no long ass contract. If you want to buy it then and there, you can buy it then and there. And maybe people want to sit down and be like, you're materialistic, because they're intimidated by the fact that they don't have that kind of disposable income to spoil themselves, how the way you may spoil yourself. Like, they're just looking at you with the wrong kind of outlook, because I wouldn't say you're materialistic. People are just intimidated by the fact that you have a lot of, even if you don't have a lot of designer things, it's just like stability wealth-wise. You do have a lot going for you, and hey, you got people feeling some type of way about it. What is this? Wisdom, intuition, divination. Oh my god, divination. Oh my gosh. Lol, your girl is dyslexic. Don't at me, okay? And new beginnings. I freaking love that energy, okay? People are intimidated. It's like the Empress energy. You have the power to create whatever you desire, okay? It's that energy of like, instead of waiting for new opportunities or life to happen, you make it happen for you, and you successfully bring about new abundant beginnings, because you're using your intuitive insight and the wisdom and the depth and the knowledge that you have gained through your experience of life experiences, on top of your connection to spirit, to help give you the guidance, or just help navigate, lay out the path that you need to follow to walk into abundant beginnings. People are just intimidated that you are able to use your spiritual gifts to help aid you in the 3D realm, because they can't even figure out where do they begin with that. Okay, they want to know how you do it, because you're out here blossoming, you're out here growing, you're very prosperous. Whatever you set your mind to, we keep saying, you are able to achieve easy peasy. It may not be easy peasy, but that's how people perceive it. Like, shit just comes easy to you. But yeah, people are intimidated by the fact that you have that logic and that spiritual intuitive insight, and you're able to mix them both together and bring about abundant, successful change in your life of new beginning and new prosperity. I reveal my truth. What did we say? You have no problem authentically being who you are, okay? You don't care about whether or not you are accepted by the masses. You don't care about whether or not what you're doing is trendy. If it feeds your soul, if it makes you happy, if you can sleep easy at night knowing that you're authentically showing up however it is that you feel like you need to show up. Like, people are just intimidated by the fact that you love yourself, you're authentically yourself, and people celebrate you for literally just being who you are. Like, you don't have to try hard to be accepted by people, because people just respect the fact that you have no problem showing up as your authentic self wherever it is. Again, people are just intimidated by the fact that you are a knowledge seeker. You are a truth seeker. You're someone that's very curious on how can you evolve money-wise, career-wise, spirituality. Like, whenever it comes to your self-development and how you can grow and how you can become a better version of yourself, your thirst for knowledge and discovering new elements of life is what intimidates people, because they don't have that motivation to do that deep diving. They don't feel like they are curious about tapping into the shadow attributes that are maybe stopping them from living in their truth, that are maybe stopping them from accepting themselves. Okay, that's why people are intimidated, because you literally have no problem learning new things as well. Think of like the Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Like, you have no problem tapping into a new craft, a new skill, and learning how to master that, because you just have that brain that enjoys learning new aspects of life. And people are intimidated by the fact that you feel safe in your skin, you feel comfortable in who you are, and you have no problem showing up, like we keep saying, as your authentic self. But at the same time, I feel like you are able to make other people feel safe as well. Yeah, that be having folk a bit intimidated, because you are a teacher. Okay, you're not selfish. You are generous. We keep saying it, okay? You're not a gatekeeper. You have no problem sharing your knowledge with other people. You have no problem helping people get onto game. Like, nah, you're not selfish, okay? Everyone's gonna boss up if they on your team. That's the energy and outlook you have. And people can feel intimidated because maybe they are people where they want their friends to do good, but just not as good as them, because it makes them feel shit about themselves. And boy, people like that are draining. So what do we have? We have the bee. So you're definitely the queen bee, okay? Working with others, communication, sweetness, hard work. Yeah, you're a hard worker. People enjoy having you on their team. You are giving main character energy with that queen bee vibes, okay? It's giving me Beyonce, how you have a lot of fans and admirers who love to push whatever work you're doing, or just like we said, they like to collaborate with you because you are a hard worker. Okay, people enjoy how genuine, how loving and nurturing you are. And when you collaborate and you invest in things with them, like, you want to see them win as much as you want to win yourself. Okay, you're not like these people who are like, oh, you can do good, but you can't do as better as me. Like, you're not like that, okay? And people are intimidated again by your communication. We literally said people can be a bit nervous about what you will come with, what you will say, because you're very unpredictable, or the fact that your intellect, your knowledge, they don't think they can keep up with you, or they don't think they can come back with the same kind of substance in the communication, because they just feel like they're lacking that inner depth and how to communicate properly with people. But yeah, no, overall people are just intimidated by the fact that no matter the setting, no matter the environment, no matter the people, you are able to work with anyone from any walk of life. And I feel like it's because you don't judge people, you don't hold up certain expectations, you don't project anything onto anybody. It's like when you meet people, it's fresh, clean, open slate, and their actions and how they behave determines how you view them. And that's why people can't change when you've made up your mindset of who they are as a person, because it's like their actions. It's not like you're sitting down listening to gossip. It's literally how they have behaved towards you that has determined this evaluation that you've made. So it says chaos, complete disorder, and confusion. People are intimidated because even if it appears that the world around you is falling apart, you are very balanced, okay? You are able to see through the chaos, see through the illusion, see through the obs trying to set traps for you, and figure out the best pathway to get through the chaos unscathed. Okay, people are intimidated because it doesn't matter what life throws your way. You always, again with the knowledge, man, you always come out on the other end on top or unscathed because of your knowledge. You have that intuitive knowledge, but it's like you're book smart and you're also street smart. Okay, you've gone through a lot of life of experiences, and where these people may have feel like the life experiences they have endured in some ways, I don't know, it's like whatever life experiences you've gone through, they've made you stronger and they've made you into a better character. Whereas these people, they've allowed their life experiences to kind of hold them in chains, kind of hold them back from opportunities, or they've just taken on projections that they should be releasing because it's making them miss out on new, prosperous, abundant beginnings. Okay, but yeah, we said it, you are a truth seeker. You love learning new things, and that's why people are intimidated by you, because you're very smart, you're very intellectual, and no one can do anything to like, if people want to set traps for you, if people want to play manipulative mind games, cool, baby. I'm telling you, they done met their match. They should go find themselves something safe to do, because playing with you ain't what it is, okay? So we have gateway. The pain of your past can become the gateway that leads to new beginnings. Literally, people are intimidated that you are able to alchemize negative energy and turn it into new prosperous beginnings. Okay, you're able to look at the dark side of a situation and find the positivity, find the light within it. And people are just like, how do you do it? How do you operate in life that way? How do you take those challenging, traumatic circumstances and turn them into, I don't want to say happy, but yeah, let's just say it, fuck it, turn them into happy new beginnings. Okay, like, think of people who make music about painful, traumatic past childhood cycles they've been through, and it just be the best shit ever that speaks to the masses and inspires the masses. That's the power you have. You can creatively take your pain and create something that just inspires people, speaks to so many people on a soul level, or the pain that you've gone through inspires you to keep achieving for the best, to not hold yourself back, because holding yourself back is like, yeah, it does nothing for you. People are upset or intimidated by the fact that you see them for who they are and you set boundaries with them, because you refuse to allow energy vampires to deplete you, to take away from, say, because you need your energy to go after your ambitions, to go after your passions. Like, you refuse to allow people to take away from the garden that you are building for yourself, to take away from your manifestations of abundances. And people are intimidated by the boundaries you set. It's given that King of Swords energy, where we said you have no problem detaching, walking away and saying, I don't want to engage with you anymore. This is not for me. I'm so good, thank you. And do we need to say more? You are a magic manifester, okay? People are intimidated because you know exactly what it is that you came here to do in this world. You are chasing after it, and you just have that magic power that if you say you're gonna do something, you do it. People are really intimidated by the fact that you speak on what you want to do and you make it happen. Whereas maybe all they tend to do is just speak on it and nothing happens. They just say they're going to do this one day and people are like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. But when you say you're going to do something, people believe that shit because they see how determined you are. They see how wise and insightful you are. They see that when you invest your energy in situations, it's only things that are going to give back to you, that are going to help you grow and become more abundant and prosperous. And on top of that, if they don't see anything else, they see your financial security, baby. They see that you do not want for anything in this world. So they know that when you say, this is what I want, this is what I'm manifesting, it's going to come through, okay? What is brewing is so much better than what you're holding on to. Literally, we said it. People are intimidated because you will go through painful cycles and you will release those painful cycles, become a stronger version of yourself, and receive new abundant beginnings. People are like, how do you do that? How do you go through so much shadow work and you're still so confident, okay? It's like, people who are intimidated will really try and project onto you that, oh, you're this, you're that, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because they don't want you to love yourself the way that you do, because they do not love themselves. And it triggers them and intimidates them that does not work. You're healed. You know how to do your shadow work. So when someone comes to you and decides to point out something that they perceive as a flaw within you, you're just like, okay, I got you pressed, I got you triggered, and that's okay. That's okay. We will have to start somewhere with our shadow work, so it is what it is. But yeah, people are intimidated that you do not care for validation, you do not care for approval, you know exactly who the fuck you are, and you will always face your shadow work because you understand what is not for you will always, no, you understand rejection is God's protection, and what is for you will never pass you, okay? So Power One, that was your reading on why people are intimidated by your aura. I really hope you enjoyed it, and apologies for the pauses in between, but it is what it is. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, join my familia, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hi Pal 2, welcome to your reading on why are people intimidated by your aura. So let's tap in and let's get the messages. The Ten of Swords fell out to the side. So you have been through a lot of hardships and a lot of painful cycles, but with this Eight of Cups, you have no problem walking away. You have no problem moving on and looking for a fresh new start. Or yeah, essentially just your new beginning where you fit in, okay? Your self-esteem, your confidence is really high, and no one can manipulate you to stay stuck in a cycle that you're not happy with. You have no problem cutting off ties and walking away. And you've experienced maybe a lot of betrayals as well, and still, like, people find you intimidating because nothing can tear you down, nothing will break you. You will rise up and rise again. And people find that scary because they may plot or betray you to, you know, knock you off your path. And they learn the hard way that doesn't work. That just pushes you towards a new abundant beginning. And then they're stuck in a karmic cycle that they have manifested for themselves. So let's see what else wants to come through. Okay. Literally, what did we say? New beginnings. That's you. Okay. Yes. I love this energy. People should not play with your barriers. People should not play with your energy because you have no problem. Like, you will take the high road if you feel like, I'm above this. I'll let my ancestors deal with this. But if your ancestors or your spirit guides intuitively nudge you to check a hoe, you're going to check people. You have no problem checking people and politely or disrespectfully putting them in their place because they should have never tested you. It's like, I don't know if you're feisty, but you're definitely confident. You're definitely self-assured of who you are as a person. And yeah, like, people want to try and, I don't know if they're looking, I don't know, it's intimidating because they look at you like, oh, it's a front. You're just acting like you're confident and you have it all put together. But when they come up against you, they find out the hard way that, no, this is not a front, okay? You may be sweet, spontaneous, innocent, free-spirited, easygoing, happy to just go along with whatever flow. You know, like we said, spontaneous. You have no problem jumping and taking a leap of faith into the unknown, new beginnings. So people may think that you're naive and they could take advantage of you, but they find out that no, you could, like, this doesn't have to resonate for you if you operate in your masculine energy, but say if you are someone who's in touch with your femininity and your emotions, people think, oh, like, they see it as a weakness, but they see that no, your masculine energy or even your spiritual team are very much behind you, giving you the strength and power you need to take on anybody that wants to discourage you or wants to make you believe that you are not the shit, because you are the shit. On top of that, you have no problem attracting new beginnings, okay? You could be someone who's very passionate, very creative, you have a lot of high energy, and people could struggle to keep up with you. I don't know if you're very innovative as well and you're just when it comes to making up new ideas, you're very spontaneous with it. And that's what people are intimidated with, because they feel like they're not as creatively innovative like you are. Oh, I love that. That looks like the King of Pentacles that just fell out. So, oh, and what's underneath? Ah, the Eight of Pentacles. People are intimidated by your financial stability, the fact that you're very wealthy, the fact that you're a hard worker, the fact that you are the breadwinner of your own life. You're very independent, you're very stable, you're very mature. It's given husband, wifey material, okay? Your marriage material. People look at you and they're like, they want to build a family with you. They want to build businesses with you. They want to build a home with you. They want to build a legacy with you. Like, it's given high value, high caliber. That's the energy you put out on the table, and people very much respect you. And like, yo, only the foolish people want to play in your energy, but the ones that really know you, like, they don't bother, okay? I feel like you make people exhausted, or you make them feel somewhat insecure because, hold on a second. There we go. And then it moves. Why does it move? Can I put it back? Sorry guys, I have to try and fix my camera. I don't know why when you touch it to zoom, it moves. It really annoys me. But anyway, ignore that. But like I was trying to say, like, you make people feel tired and exhausted because they try to come up against you. They try to poop or just piss all over your parade. And yeah, you're a very fierce energy to come up against, okay? I think you yourself have been the wounded warrior, where you have, like we said at the start, you've had to overcome a lot of hard cycles of betrayal and letdown and disappointment. And you've gone through like your shadow work, you've gone through your dark night of the soul, you've done that healing to, you know, be able to tap into your higher self, to be able to just be nice and high and vibrational. And people just feel like they can't keep up with you. They find it exhausting trying to compete with you, or even trying to belittle you, or trying to make you like cause illusions of how you see yourself. You just make people feel insecure, because whereas you have been able to pull yourself out of these strenuous trials and tribulations, they feel like they don't have that same strength and power that you exude. So yeah, that's another reason why people are intimidated by you. Do I take that card? If it's a Nine of Wands, I'm going to have to put it back. Oh no, it's the Page of Cups. Oh, that's really cute. I like that energy. So yeah, people, they're intimidated because looks can be very deceiving when it's, oh my gosh, that happened. You know, it's fine. I'm going to zoom in and I'll get rid of all that wonky top. Ay, ay, ay. Ignore my perfectionist ways. Okay, so yeah, people with you, looks are deceiving. People think you're just naive, you're sweet and innocent. They could take advantage of you because you could be very in touch with your inner child. You nurture your inner child, and that's what allows you to just have fun in life, you know? And yeah, no, you just have people feeling some type of way. Hold on, wait, I need to move the camera again. I'm sorry guys, it was bugging me. But anyway, yeah, with this Chariot energy at the bottom, it's just reaffirming that you're someone, no matter what obstacles you face, what challenges, oppositions come up against you, you face them head on, and you will mow them over. You will knock them out your path. You will run them over with your chariot, and you will bring about successful change, okay? That's why people find you intimidating, because it's literally just like you're this calm, gentle, maybe even shy, timid, keep to yourself kind of energy. And yeah, people just don't expect you to have all this power behind you. People don't expect you to be very business mindset, someone who just knows how to invest their money, someone who's just very committed and dedicated to their career. It's like people are just very surprised and intimidated with how successful you are, despite the hardships you've been through, despite when, you know, life doesn't seem like it's going in your favor. But at the end of the day, people are starting to realize that if you're facing any hiccups, it's just a part of the divine's plan for you, okay? It's just building you character, and it's giving you more discernment and insight and lessons for the next steps that you make in the future. But overall, yeah, people are definitely intimidated by your creativity, and also the fact that you could be very intuitive as well. But I think it's hidden. It's hidden. People wouldn't know about your intuition unless they really paid attention. Ooh, a team effort, charity, validation, patience. So I'm really getting that you don't seek anybody's validation when it comes to just going out into the light, into the world, and experiencing what you need to experience, or to even showcase who you are as a person. You don't care if people accept you or don't accept you. You will always live in your true authenticity. And yeah, people are intimidated that you're just not afraid to be yourself. People could also be intimidated by the fact that a lot of other people want to network and connect with you. They see you as a good collaborator. They see you as a good person in terms of like, you know how to carry your weight on a team. You know how to help push a project towards success. Like if you're in the team, everyone's like, yes, we're going to win this. It's going to be easy breezy. It's like the recognition and the respect that you get not only in your work, but just like with all the connections you make with people, the fact that people just enjoy working with you because of the energy you bring is just high vibes, good time. Like people are literally intimidated by that. They're intimidated by the love and admiration and respect that you get. You're also very generous, okay? You have no problem sharing your abundance and wealth with the people that deserve to eat at your table, okay? Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. And people could be intimidated by that because they may not see themselves as selfless like you. They could see themselves as more selfish, and they just don't understand how you are generous and you're authentically being generous. Maybe if these people were being generous, it was just because they wanted to get something in return. But it's the fact that you will help people, you will do stuff for other people without like holding strings or without feeling an obligation that they have to do anything for you in return. And yeah, people are also intimidated by the fact that you have patience to wait and see how things develop. Like say if you start a business, you're not just going to give up on the first day just because it's not panning out, just because you're not seeing the right sales, you're not getting the right engagement, you're not getting the right likes or views. Like you will continue to push through and be dedicated to whatever your craft is. And yeah, like people are intimidated because they don't have the patience to even sit with themselves, but you have that patience. I feel like not only with career as well, you have that patience with yourself as well. Like whereas people will get frustrated with themselves that they are not able to heal through certain cycles, or it's just taking them too long to get over things. You do not beat yourself up. You recognize how far you've come and you just continue with the punches. You keep putting one foot in front of the other. And people find it intimidated that it's just given an energy of no matter what circumstances you are in, you have the patience to believe that you will find the right way through it. On top of that, with that humble water, people are intimidated that you are someone who's very humble, because you're very wealthy, okay? You could be in a high position in your career, or you're literally on that pathway to a high position in your career. But at the same time, you're very humble, you're very relatable, you get on with everybody, you could have a really nice voice, you just have good communication skills. Like, yo, people love talking to you, people love hearing what you say, people love receiving advice from you. And it's just giving that energy again. That's why folks are intimidated by your energy and your aura, because of the love, respect, and admiration that you invoke in others. Scales of karma. People don't like fucking with you because it brings about karma. Cycle of disharmony. Again, you are someone who has no problem navigating and maneuvering from any cycles of chaos and disharmony without creating new traditions. I'm really getting a vibe that you're someone who's a trendsetter. You set new trends. You could even create new traditions within your community that people want to follow, people want to uphold and like live by. Like you're a source of inspiration. That's why folks find you intimidating, okay? And with that unfortunate events, again, like the thing that is most intimidating about you is the fact that nothing will shake your foundation, nothing will rock you. You can receive bad news after bad news after bad news, and you will still find the light within the tunnel. You will not crawl into a ball and just, you know, wither away. You refuse to give up. You will always stay focused on the fact that you are here to achieve great things. Regardless of what setbacks you face, you will always overcome your setbacks. And you are not someone who's going to cry and be like, why me, why me, why me? No, you understand that there's a lesson and there is a reason why the universe is testing you and putting you through certain karmic cycles. And I want to reaffirm again, what makes you intimidating is that if people know they come up against you and they be shysty, like look at those people, look at the ops behind her, you know, preying on her downfall, envious of her success, the fact that she has all those medals, like, well, they're belts, but you know, like they're still badges of honor. It's like people know that if they really try and come and be the disturbance in your life, the karma they receive is not pretty. It is not pretty. Oh, what is that? Hot chocolate, flirting, new connections, friendships, and feeling, get together. Reaffirming that people are intimidated by the connections that you build. People are intimidated by the fact that you are easily able to connect with people because you understand people. Maybe you can read energies, maybe you can read auras, or you're just someone who's very relatable because you've gone through similar experiences to the people that you meet, so it's easy to connect with them on a personal level. You're very flirtatious, you're very attractive, you're very charming and alluring and seductive, and it seems like you get whoever you want, okay? You have a lot of admirers that we keep saying, especially in the dating world, that want to flock to you, and that has people intimidated. Maybe they're also intimidated because of the caliber of people that you attract, okay? You could attract King of Pentacles, you could attract Queen of Pentacles, you could attract emperors, empresses. Like, people don't feel like they attract the same kind of love, romantic offers, or even just genuine friendship connections where people want to give to you the same way that you give to them. That's why people find your aura intimidating, because they don't feel like they invoke that love, dedication, loyalty, and respect from others the same way that you do. And on top of the fact that you're just like gorgeous, handsome as well, like it irks them, okay? It really irks them. You are someone who loves yourself unconditionally, okay? And again, with the faith, you have so much faith in the universe and your spiritual beliefs, and you believe that you're very connected. You have that open channel where you receive downloads, you receive guidance and messages that help you maneuver through difficult cycles. And people they find that so intimidated because maybe they wish they had that same kind of spiritual belief or that religious belief in something higher than themselves that can, you know, give them peace and comfort when they're going through tough cycles, but they are struggling to find their own link. They're struggling to find their own connection. And they think that you're one step, like, it's not like you're better than them, but this is where people are placing you. Like, they think you're one step above them simply because you have that edge of intuition and insight and discernment. And you are someone who works hard to stay connected to your ancestors and your spiritual guides. But yeah, overall, with that validation, we said it, you don't look for validation in others because you have that unconditional love for yourself. So people are very intimidated by the fact that you take care of yourself. You refuse to settle. You will always put your priorities above anything else, okay? If you feel uncomfortable, if you feel unhappy, you're going to put your needs first. You're not going to put other people above yourself. And what does this say? What did we say? We said you are literally someone who can go with the flow, okay? It's like life will really be throwing punches at you. Life will really be trying to slow you down. And you're just on autopilot, swiftly maneuvering, dodging, diving, ducking. Like, nothing is knocking you off your path because you're very committed. You're very determined to succeed. Okay, with the synchronicity, it's like reaffirming that spiritual connection. People are intimidated because it's like they can see how the universe communicates with you and how the universe guides you and how the universe blesses you. Maybe because you will take risks in certain situations where they're like, no, I would never do that. And they see how it works out for you. And they're like, wow, that's crazy. Like, how? Absolutely crazy. But yeah, overall, they're just intimidated because I cannot say it enough. Like, if something goes wrong in your life, you are able to easily adapt to it and go with the flow. If you want something to work out one way, it doesn't matter. Like, you're just gonna have the utmost faith and belief that, hey, spirit, the Lord, the divine is here to teach me something, and I'm just gonna roll with the punches. So yeah, let's get some more messages. People are intimidated because you are an earth angel. That's why they know to leave you alone. We literally said it. You're a free spirit. And there it is again. You are a free spirit. People look at you like, are you of this world? Because it's really given an energy of God's favorite. Okay, that's why folks are intimidated by your aura. You are literally God's favorite. You are literally blessed. You literally look like you are always on your way up. You are always thriving. You are always successful. And like they're intimidated by that karmic connection. Not karmic connection. The reason I'm thinking of karmic, because I'm thinking like the karmic outlook that people may have is, oh my god, they're a witch, they're gonna put a hex on me, like people could literally be intimidated because they're scared that you're gonna hex them, you're gonna put something on them. But you're literally an angel. You literally don't have time to be low vibrational, be putting hexes on nobody, because you know how karma works. You know how your spiritual team operates. You don't have to lift a finger. They will do all the heavy lifting for you. And that's what has people intimidated, because it's like they'll do some low down, shady, shisty stuff and you're not faced by it. You just accept it. You're like, thank you for showing me your true face. I'm going to act accordingly. And they'll go off thinking that you're in your kitchen cooking up something. But nah, you're focused on your blessings. You're doing your meditation. You're getting grounded. You're doing your own healing. You're forgetting about these people who try to betray you. And you're just handing it over to the Lord. So yeah, people are even intimidated by that because... And this is why you do it, because you understand that whatever karma the universe hands out is going to be worse than anything you could have done yourself. That's why you rather just hand it over to the Lord, because there is nothing you can really do to teach people lessons. Let the divine decide what lesson they need to learn. That's why you got folks shook up and intimidated for fucking with your peace, okay? So again, you are flirtatious. You got the gift of the gab. You are very charming. You are a vixen, okay? You're very easy on the eyes. You're nice to look at. So yeah, people are just intimidated because you're not just a pretty face. You are not just a pretty face. You're very intelligent. You're very wise. You have a lot of knowledge. And on top of that, you are a spiritualist who is able to see beyond the veil of the knowing. You are able to tap into the unknown. People feel like you're always 10 steps ahead because we said it. They can see how divinely connected you are, how divinely protected you are. It stresses them out. Maybe it's another energy of like, you are not the poster child for God's favorite. I don't know if you're a bit of a rebel. I don't know, in some ways you're just like, I don't know, when you think of like religious people or you think about spiritual people, for some reason you don't fit the cookie. You just don't fit the box for these people because you're given baddie, you're given video vixen. Maybe they want to portray that you're a whore. You're not a whore, but that's what they want to, that's the label they want to put on you. That's why they think they can play in your energy, and then they realize that you're actually spiritually gifted and you're spiritually tapped in and you have all these connections, and they're like, oh shit. Oh shit, I made the wrong assumption about you. But yeah, people are definitely intimidated by your looks and the fact that you can literally get anyone you want, okay? You do not have any problem attracting love offers. Maybe you get too much, you have to bat them away. Oh, I love this because we literally said that you're shy. So yeah, you're introverted, you love to keep to yourself, okay? You don't have time for no drama, you don't have time for no mess. People could find you intimidating because you don't need an entourage to feel comfortable, to be accepted. You have no problem being the lone wolf. You have no problem being the popular loner. And I guess that can sometimes stress folks out. Like, yeah, because they just, they don't know. But let's get more messages. Oh my god. Oh, I love when the messages reaffirm themselves. We literally said people are intimidated by the self-love that you have, and on top of that, it makes you more attractive. This is why you attract so many admirers, because they see that you don't need them, you want them, and that's why they want to engage with you. That's why they want to socialize with you. People find it intimidating because they don't feel like they have cracked that code of life of, I love myself, and through loving myself I will attract the love of a lifetime. It's like, yeah, people are intimidated by the options that you attract. People are intimidated by the fact that you literally have loads of people throwing themselves to be in a connection with you, but you're just out here having fun, okay? You're keeping it lighthearted. You're not tying yourself down to nobody because you're looking for the right person and you just haven't found them yet. I feel like that's another thing that people find intimidated, that you're not afraid of never finding the right person. You very much do believe that if you keep to yourself, or if you don't waste anybody's time and you just focus on yourself, you focus on your career, you focus on your passions, you focus on your self-love, your healing. If you go to the gym, you focus on like molding or crafting your body. Like, you literally just focus on your self-development, and you're not stressed about, will I ever get married? Will I ever find love? Will I ever have children? You're like, the universe, this is what I have told you I truly desire out of this lifetime. And you believe if you stay committed to your self-love journey, it will find you. People find that intimidating because they don't feel like they have that same they don't feel like they have that same resilience. They don't feel like they have that same confidence and faith that the universe will do right by them. And we said it, you are literally very creative, okay? You are in touch with your inner child. You are able to allow your imagination to help you step outside the box, and just, that's what helps you be unique. That's what helps you be a trendsetter, because you're not afraid of standing out. You're not afraid of looking weird to people's eyes because they want to be boring and they want to follow societal trends. Like, you're very creative. People are intimidated that they cannot think of the same innovative things that you come up with, and yeah, they low-key wish they were very creative like you. If you guys can hear that building work, apologies. Hopefully you can't hear it though. Oh my gosh, we literally said it. People are intimidated that you have the utmost faith in your destiny and what you are here to do. Whatever you're looking for is looking for you too. It's what's destined to happen. Literally, you've sat down, you've spoken to your spiritual team, and you said, like, I know that you have this plan for me, but I also want to do these things too. And you fully believe that it's destined for you. You fully believe it's going to happen for you. And people see it coming true, and they're kind of like, well, I'll be damned. You are chasing your goals. You are chasing your manifestations. And people are intimidated because they are literally seeing your destiny unfold in front of their eyes. I don't know if you told some of these people these are the things that you want to do, but regardless, they see you ticking off your wish list, and, or should I call it a bucket list, and making shit come true for you. And we literally said it, you are spontaneous, okay? You are not afraid to take risks. People look at you and they're intimidated by some of the risks that you make because they're like, no, I could never do that. That would never work out for me. And then they see you just like going out there, living your life, taking risks and being successful. On top of that, people could find your spontaneity intimidating because they just never know what you're going to come with, especially if they're trying to go up against you and be combative. They never know what your next move is. You're unpredictable. They cannot predict what you will say. They cannot predict what you will do. What's this? What was hidden from you will soon be revealed. Be observant. Yep, another reason why people are intimidated by you, because nothing can get past you. Nothing can get past you. What is done in the dark will always come to light. That's why you're not afraid with connecting with people and making those new connections, because you fully believe that the universe will send you visions. The universe will send you intuitive messages that will let you know that certain folks' energy are not supposed to mix with you, okay? People are literally intimidated because they may think that they're playing in your face and they're getting away with it, but there will come a time in the connection when they will sit down and be like, oh, you've been clocking them for time. Oh, you've been making a note of their weird movement for time. You just didn't say anything because you didn't think it was that deep until right now, where you're like, yeah, it's deep. We need to address it. Okay. So, yeah, you definitely have people kind of shook because it's like, what do you know? Okay. And say if people want to come to you and apologize, they don't know what to apologize for, especially if they've done so much shit, because it's like, oh, what do I need to apologize for? What do they actually know that I did to them? What are they not aware of that I have done? Like, people are shook by your spiritual gifts. The fact that the universe talks to you, the fact that the universe enlightens you and it gives you discernment, and nothing can be hidden from you because you're very vigilant and you're very observant. And we said it again, you are a healer, okay? You don't judge yourself. You don't judge other people, and you are very focused on your healing. You're very focused on your self-development. That's why people are intimidated by you. Okay, what else? What else? Okay. So we have intuition. Hey, okay. Trust your inner feelings. You know the right answer. When it comes to making head and heart decisions, you are very balanced, okay? Some people find it intimidating because maybe they're too logical, or maybe they're too over emotional and they don't know, like they can't trust themselves to make the right decisions in certain situations. But you look like you've got it all figured out. You're very balanced. You're very grounded. Your intuition is always correct. It never misses a beat. You're not someone who is over logical to the point that you don't open yourself up, you don't show any emotions, and you're not someone who's over emotional to the point that you're taking out your anger and frustrations out on people, or just projecting on people in general, or even just missing out on certain connections or certain opportunities because of fear and anxiety of failing and, you know, not being successful. You don't allow those blockages to stop you on your grind. So we also have abundance, fertility, and grounding. We literally said you are grounded, you are balanced, you are very fertile in the sense that you can turn nothing into something. You have the Midas touch, okay? All the creative ideas you come up with are literally money gold mines, okay? Like, you're just very creative. You are able to plant seeds and watch them prosper, and people find that intimidating because maybe they feel like, whereas you can tap into multiple different avenues, careers, industries, they don't feel like they have that gift, okay? And they're also intimidated by the fact that you're very abundant and you know how to create more abundance for yourself, okay? You don't struggle to find new avenues, new revenues, to just find your own happiness, to make money off of your passions. Like, again, it's just giving God's favorite because you're very abundant right now, okay? So let's tap into this other deck, get 2 more cards, then we have 1 more deck. But with that earth coming through, yeah, the money, baby, the money. I am responsible for my life, yes. You are the queen, king of your life. You're taking charge. You don't allow anyone to come in and say, this is what we expect of you. This is what we want from you. This is not how you need to behave. This is not acceptable. We don't like this. You're like, babe, I am the navigator, I am the writer, I am the creator of my destiny. I'm gonna need you to pipe down and mind your business, okay? People are intimidated. Again, it's given that validation. It's given the fact that you don't have a victim mentality. If something goes wrong in your life, you understand that you have the responsibility to pull yourself out of that dark time towards the brighter days, okay? I can change my thoughts. Yes, people are intimidated because nothing keeps you stuck. Nothing keeps you stagnant. You don't have a victim mentality. You can literally manifest, like your thoughts literally manifest into the reality. And people don't understand how you have such a positive outlook on life. It intimidates them that you're just able to be so high vibrational all the time. I am lovable. Reaffirming that you are very invested in your self-care journey. You don't look for acceptance from people. You don't seek others to love you. You will always love yourself first, okay? You're not looking for validation. At this point, I'm literally repeating myself, but you guys see it. The cards are showing it. People are intimidated by the fact that your self-care, your self-love, it's up there, it's top tier, it's never crumbling, it's never failing. People can come and give their negative outlooks on what they think about you, and you'll just give them the middle finger and move on because you're like, okay, you're not God. You're not God. I am not created in the image of you, so we don't have to be concerned about what you think in this moment, okay? People are intimidated because I don't know if people are really trying to come for your self-confidence. I don't know if that's the energy, but that's what is given. They don't like that you're very confident. They don't like that you love yourself. Goal setting, abundance, positive energy, reaffirming themselves again. People are intimidated by the fact that it looks like you're never having a bad day. Like, they may hear you going through shit, but still, because of how you're operating, because of how you still have your crown on, because of how you stand tall, you have your head up high, they don't feel like you're going through it. You just always look like you're positive, high vibes. Like, life is easy breezy for you. And they're like, how do you make it look so easy? People are intimidated because you make shit look easy. They don't feel like they could handle all the challenges that you have faced. They feel like they would crumble. And then again, with the abundance, again, with the fact that you set goals, you don't just talk on them, you set them, you achieve them, and you successfully, literally achieve them, okay? People are intimidated by the fact that you are literally abundant in the fact that you pick an industry, you pick a passion, you pick a niche, you go after it, you set a goal for yourself and you achieve that. And they're like, yo, literally manifestation, create the life you want. People are intimidated because you are the magician of your life. Okay, they don't feel like they're the magician of their life, and they are literally intimidated by the fact that you have no problem picking up the paintbrush and doing whatever it is you need to do. Motivation. It doesn't matter what challenges you are facing. You will always stay motivated. You may have those moments where you know, the dark stormy cloud, it's over you, it's kind of holding you down, it's kind of causing stagnations, but you will always stay motivated to rise above it and transform. People see you as the transformation king, queen. Nothing is slowing you down. Nothing is stopping your abundance. Nothing is stopping your swag. If you date someone and they treat you like shit, you have no problem moving on and binning that hoe. Like, you don't care. You transition and transform through any cycle. It does not matter. And people are intimidated because it's like, look at that. I was literally about to say strength. Warrior, goddess of strength, passion, and magic. You are a magic manifester. You're a magic alchemist. Oh my gosh. You have rituals that you do that actually work for you. You have cleansing practices that you use that actually work for you. And people, like, they're intimidated because, again, they're concerned that you're whipping up something for them. But like we said, you don't give a shit. Like, you're not going to do that. That's a waste of your magic. And you're not going to waste your magic on people. Like, let's be real. But at the same time, yeah, they're just intimidated by the fact that you are so powerful, that you have such a high vibration, that you have such a excitement and passion for life and achieving whatever goals that you put your mind to. And again, with the motivation, you are motivated to do anything and they see you successfully achieving it. So pile 2, that was your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, join my familia, and like I said, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Hi pal free, welcome to your reading where we're gonna tap in and we're gonna see why are people intimidated by your aura. So I apologize if you can hear my PlayStation fan in the background. I was trying to get YouTube up on the telly, but it was not working, so hey, is what it is. 10 of Pentacles just fell out, so that's interesting. People see you as someone who comes from money. You could come from old money, you could come from new money. They can see you building your own dynasty, your own legacy. They can see you as someone that's very committed to acquiring generational wealth, and people can find that very intimidating. Maybe it's a situation of how ambitious you are, because you're someone that's like, yo, if I want to be a millionaire, if I want to be a billionaire, you are able to set the goals in motion to achieve that dream. And people can find that intimidating because maybe they don't see themselves as career focused or ambitious the same way that you are. Okay, so what's this? Oh, the 8 of Cups, but in reverse. That's interesting. Okay. Let me think on that a bit. With the Page of Wands. I feel like that's a projection. But let me get another card before we get into it, so we can get a bit more information, Spirit. Four of Pentacles. 3 of Swords. That's the second time the 3 of Swords has come up. So you're definitely a heartbreaker. I feel like people can't fathom your selfishness when it comes to protecting your peace, when it comes to protecting your energy, when it comes to disassociating from people, places, and things that do not serve you. Maybe the people who are intimidated by your aura are people that aren't feeling confident, are people that would rather stay in a situation because they've invested a lot of time, like they're scared of moving on to the unknown or just starting a clean, fresh slate, because it's like they don't believe in themselves to start over and rebuild anew. Whereas you don't care how painful a situation is. If you feel like it is blocking you or it's stopping you from opening, like just from receiving your blessings of abundance from the universe, you will essentially walk away. And people are intimidated because it's just given an energy. Like the same way I could not relate to that 8 of Cups in reverse is the same way people struggle to relate with your ability. Okay, I want something on, but something else, but you guys saw it. 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, basically giving that energy like people don't understand, or they're just intimidated by the fact that you're very intuitive and insightful, and you listen to that intuition when it wants to guide you to move on to a new cycle that is no longer serving you anymore. People are intimidated by the fact that you strategize, you plan your next stages in life, and you actually put the action behind it, okay? Literally, that Knight of Pentacles is the fact that you're very dedicated to whatever you set your mind to. And just with you, people are just intimidated that you have no fear of cutting off things that do not serve you and moving away, because you're very focused. And is that the 8 of Pentacles? No, it's the 9 of Pentacles. That's even better. You're very focused on your success. People want to say that you're money hungry. People want to say that you're not focused on the right things because you refuse to stick around for stuff that does not serve you. People want to say you're selfish because look at all that abundant, like she's got jewels, she's got fruits. Like, she's got a lot of bounty, even a bag full of money. Like, people feel like you're too materially focused, or they just feel intimidated by the fact that you come from a family of wealth and you've been able to build your own wealth outside of that. You have not relied on your family. I mean, your family could have helped support you to get you to where you are. That's no problem. But at the end of the day, you've never relied on it. You're someone that you're not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Lol. A gift horse in the mouth, right? If that's how you say it. Basically, if someone gives you an opportunity, you're not going to be stush. You're not going to turn your nose up at it. You're going to see how can you use that to your advantage, and you're going to use it. Maybe people feel like you're manipulative because you know how to manipulate energy to bring out the best outcome for yourself. And with that Hierophant as well, you're very intelligent. You're very wise. You have a lot of knowledge and wisdom to share. So it's like, I feel like you are very depth. You do have a lot of depth to you that people essentially, I don't know if they see it because they're too focused. It's giving a vibe of people like to pocket watch you. Okay, I don't know why that's coming through. It's like people aren't really taking note of your accolades, not taking note of the cycles that you've endured to get to where you are. They just see your abundance, they just see your success, and they want to feel some type of way about it. It's given an energy of like comparing. They're comparing themselves to you and noting how they feel inadequate in some ways. They feel inadequate because you're financially stable. You have the ability to become your own entrepreneur, run your own businesses. You're very mature, okay? Intellectually and emotionally. You're someone who's very self-reliant. These are things that people find intimidating because they can't relate. They unfortunately stay stuck in cycles that do not serve them. They stay attached to people who are not elevating them, and they find it intimidating that you can't relate the same way they can't relate to you. You can't relate to what they're doing, staying stuck in certain cycles. And yeah, people are just intimidated overall by the fact that you're a go-getter. Okay, you have no problem chasing your goals, chasing your dreams. And I know I be saying that all the time, but I guess that is just the collective I am attracting. People who are setting their goals in place and are going after them. So I know I be sounding like a robot in my readings, but that's literally you guys, okay? You have a goal, you have a bucket list, you're ticking it off and you're achieving it. So really clap for yourself, pat yourself on the back, because yo, that's what I want to be. I want to be a go-getter. I want to be ambitious. I want to be someone that's always chasing my goals and my dreams. And that's why people find you intimidating, because it's like nothing will slow you down. Nothing will slow you down. But let's get some more, because it's becoming a bit repetitive. And just as we say that, yeah, that's literally it, guys. Power free, that's you. That's why people are intimidated, because you're financially stable, you're emotionally mature, you're a nurturer, you're someone that can nurture yourself and nurture others. It's like people want you to feel like you are obligated to stick around and help them heal, and you don't have time for that. I cannot say it enough. If it's impacting your pentacle, if it's impacting your foundation, the abundance and wealth that you're building for yourself, you have no problem letting people go. Like, you will leave people in the past with their memories of you, feeling nostalgic that they no longer have access to you. People are intimidated because maybe it's the fact that you're just able to easily detach from people, places, and things that, you know, just aren't really serving you. I cannot say it enough, guys. And again, I'm going to get you more to see if we can get anything else. It's your money. It's the fact that you're very career orientated. It's the fact that you're very successful. People are just comparing themselves to you. And I don't know, they just feel like they can't do what you're doing. They can do it, but I don't know. It's that intellect again. It's that logical, strategic mind that's helping you decide whether or not people are making the cut. Like you, I don't mean to laugh. It's just, yeah, like people are intimidated by you because they feel inadequate. They don't feel like they are your equal. I don't know what else to say other than that. You're very intellectual, you're very wise, you're very methodical and logical, and also intuitive at the same instance. You have no problem. You will invest your emotions because you are a nurturer, you are a healer. But if it's in your best interest to emotionally detach and move on and cut people off, again, you have no problem doing that. These people are the 8 of Cups in reverse. You are the King of Swords. Like, no, it's not serving me. And I guess people are intimidated by your alpha energy. So whether you're an alpha female, whether you're an alpha male, the fact that you're just very authoritative and very dominant, and it's like, I don't want to say your word is the law, but maybe it's a situation of like when you speak, people really respect what you have to say. And the people who are intimidated by you and your aura, they can't relate to that. They be saying stuff and people just don't really want to listen to them. People don't really feel like, I don't want to sound rude, but people just don't really feel like they're not really bringing enough to the table in like advice, communication ways to help them evolve and elevate. But when they look at you, they want your wisdom, they want your counsel, they want to seek your advice because they feel like the advice that you're going to give them is going to empower them. Again, and we got this one in the upright, so for me that's what confirms literally confirms it. You are intimidating to people because it doesn't matter how long you know folks. It doesn't matter if they're childhood friends. It doesn't matter if they're family. Like, it doesn't matter how long you know people. If you are told by spirit, you need to move on because this situation is kind of slowing down your progression. It's kind of slowing down your abundance, your stability, your growth and prosperation. You have no problem moving on to a new cycle and starting fresh. That's why people are intimidated, because they don't know when they're going to be the next person to be asked. It's like your energy really requires people to be on their P's and Q's. So let's see if we can get anything else, because I'm not gonna lie, the tarot, that doesn't normally happen for me, but the tarot is very repetitive. Okay, I'm holding this deck upside down. Protection. I love it. And it literally says set boundaries. That's why folk find your aura intimidating, because you have no problem standing up for what you believe is right. You have no problem standing up for your beliefs. If you feel like someone has crossed you, if you feel like someone is draining you like an energy vampire, you're going to set your boundaries and you're going to walk away. You're not reliant on people to change. And I feel like intuitively you can get the upload when someone is just kind of stuck in their ways and they're not going to change. So you're not going to wait around to see whether or not they're going to change. And that's what people find intimidating about you, because they can't like dangle the carrot of possibilities in front of you and think that you're going to play along. You're just going to be like, yo, I don't take words, I take action. And with that guardian angel reaffirming that if you intuitively get guided to move away and put your barriers and blockages up against people that should not be associated with you, you're going to do that. And folks find that intimidating because they don't feel like they have that same strength. Maybe these are people who stay stuck in certain situations because they're looking for some kind of approval and validation. And that's why they find your energy and aura intimidating, because you are a lone wolf. You are like a popular loner. You have no problem standing alone, okay? Your success, your forward momentum, your investments in your passions does not rely on whether or not other people are backing you and supporting you, in the sense of like in your immediate circle, because you know, right? The universe will send in the right people that are gonna support you. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, yes, for a business to thrive, you need people to support you, but it's just an energy of like, you don't wait for the people that know you to push you. You put yourself out there, you see how the general public receive you, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be good, because this is what you've been divinely guided to do, not rely on other people that you know to give you the green light that, yeah, go chase it. Because most of the time people will project their fears and insecurities onto you, or they'll low-key be jealous because They don't feel like, again, they don't feel like they can do what you are doing, and they feel offended that you're going out of your way to be more successful. Like, how dare you? But anyway, that's what it is. People, I cannot say enough, people are intimidated by your success. And the fact that you're also multi-fascinated, multi-talented. We literally said you have a logical brain, and Spirit is also saying you're someone that's very creative as well. So you could have an energy of like a trendsetter, where you're just always coming out with new innovative stuff that people just never see coming. You could also inspire a lot of people as well to make their own creative endeavors, if that makes sense. Like, you could talk about one topic and that inspires another person to talk about a different topic or a similar topic, but it's still different because you've inspired something new within that person. And yeah, people are just intimidated because we said it, you have a CEO personality mentality. You have no problem building your own businesses, building your own wealth, or it's just a situation, even if you come from money, you're still self-made because your hard work, your commitment, and your dedication to where you are right now is dependent on you and finding the right resources or sponsors to back you. So like, don't let people ever discount or discredit the fact that, oh, you're only there because this person pushed you or this person helped you. At the end of the day, you got off your ass and you went and found that support and you went and found that sponsorship. So it's down to you making opportunities happen. Like, people want to sit down and act like you were just waiting for someone to give you the opportunity. Never, never. And that's why they're also intimidated, because you will make opportunities happen for yourself. I'll give you an example. Say if a company isn't hiring, you'll approach them, you'll give a great pitch, you'll give your CV, you'll give an amazing portfolio, cover letter, and they'll consider bringing you onto the team because they love your initiative, they love your go-getter energy, and they love the fact that you are here to make opportunities happen. And they find that very admirable and inspiring. It also says intuition vs rationality. So yeah, you're very balanced when it comes to that logical mind. You're very balanced with your intuition. You're someone that like people can use manipulative or logical tactics to try and keep you stuck in a certain cycle with them, but you will sit down with your intuition, you will pray to your guides, you will pray to whoever you believe in, the Lord, God, and you will say, please send me a sign. And when you see that sign, you will act accordingly. That's another reason people are intimidated by you, because you read energies. Like, you don't always have to see shit happen in the physical. You don't always have to hear people talking bad about you. You read energies. You read people's actions. You look out for, like, say if people are doing slick shit, and you make a note of it and you act accordingly. People find it intimidating when you essentially act accordingly, because it all leads back to that detachment. They cannot see when you're going to move away from them because you don't give anyone warning. It's given the energy of like, people can think it's funny saying slick shit in front of your face thinking you're not catching on, but you're just clocking up and you're just like reading into the situation to see whether or not it's worth you making a big deal about it, or whether or not it's worth you moving away. Like, I've had certain friendships when people would be like, oh, why didn't you say something sooner? Why has it gotten to this part where you're just like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore? Because it's literally like, I've intuitively got the read or the download that nothing's going to change. All that's going to happen is you're going to become more sneakier because you see that I'm catching on to you. So I'm not going to be able to see your true face. You're going to put on a mask. So why would I do that? Like, that's you. You will allow people to let their masks fall because they think you're slow, but you're clocking on to every movement they make. You just don't see the point in making a big deal out of it because you want to see what type of person they are genuinely. Ooh, people are intimidated by your romantic options. People are intimidated that you can attract the partner that you truly desire. Okay, the romantic offers that you desire, like, they too can come from money. They too can be very ambitious, authoritative, and dominant if you want them to be dominant. Okay, they, like, the same way you are career focused, the same way that you are ambitious, that's them as well. They match you in all the best qualities. So yeah, people are intimidated by the way that you're able to connect with people on a really deep level. It gives an energy of like your romantic options may become a bit obsessed with you, because it's just the energy, the love that you give, and the fact that you are a business-minded person as well. Like if someone connects with you in a relationship, they have a ride or die partner that they can build an empire with. Who the hell wouldn't want that? And yeah, I guess people are intimidated because of the way your romantic partners, even if they're exes as well, they review, like they hold you to a high regard, they hold you to a high pedestal, because they're just like, you're different, or you're just special, you're unique. Okay, you kind of have that energy. And I'm not saying wait for no one to change. I mean, we already said you don't wait for anybody to change, but you literally have that energy where people will want to change for you, because it's like, yo, the only thing you inspire within other folk is growth, self-development, enlightenment, and you're like a cheerleader, an advocator for getting to the bag. So yeah, people are intimidated by the way that if you join a partnership with someone, I'm hearing that you I'm hearing that you like increase their social status, so they become more popular or more desirable to the people around them. But it's happened again where I forget my message. Yo, if you're new, you'll get used to this. I be channeling and then I'll forget what I was originally gonna say. But anyway, you're a power couple. That's the vibe. Like people are intimidated by that. Okay, so let's click into another deck. You could be very seductive as well. And folks are intimidated by how you're just naturally seductive. So yeah, so we're talking about being seductive. It says hidden beauty. You're very beautiful, you're very desirable, you're very handsome. Okay, remaining optimistic and staying neutral. Yeah, people are intimidated because you're hard to read. Like folks will say slick shit in front of your face and you won't flinch, you won't show any emotions, and they're just like, how can you stay so diplomatic? How can you stay so calm and easy within a situation? Or if someone's trying to cause disturbance in your life or trying to cause blockages for you, because that's what they feel like they're here to do, like it's their destiny, whatever. People are annoyed that or intimidated by the fact that no matter what obstacles you face, no matter what evil eye they throw at you, no matter what projections they try to place on you, you will always remain optimistic that you will still acquire your goal. Like regardless, say if you are working hard at a job and they're not valuing you and they let you go because of some BS, you don't allow that situation to stop you from, you know, moving to your next goal within your career. You're going to take that as a lesson and you're going to be like, okay, it is what it is. And you're going to remain optimistic that the next blessing or the next opportunity you walk into, like the ending had to happen. Otherwise you wouldn't be here at this next abundant cycle. Okay. So yeah, that's what people find very intimidating by you. The fact that, you can be very seductive and alluring, but at the same time, you don't have to show it off. Like you could be a tomboy, and this doesn't have to resonate for everybody, okay? Like, if you're not a tomboy, you're more feminine, that's perfectly fine. You can still be a feminine that dresses modestly. But when it's time to get that sexy, you know, when it's time to show some body, like you come through. Same thing with the tomboys. Same thing with the studs who can also dress up feminine and just have guys be like, oh my God, like that's you, okay? Your beauty, you don't have to be flashy, showy. And I feel like people also are intimidated by your natural beauty as well. It doesn't matter if you're dressed to the nines or in your comfortable tomboy home clothes, you can still pull, okay? That's how attractive you are. And it literally says divine protection. So people intimidated by how divinely protected you are. That's the second time, because we literally have protection here. So you're highly protected and people can sense that, people feel that, and they are intimidated because it's given an energy of like, If people know, if they do you dirty, if they do you wrong, they're going to receive karma, period. They're going to receive karma because you're very connected with your guides, the Lord, the divine, the universe. They're giving you the guidance and you're acting accordingly. And people are intimidated by that because maybe they could also be people that want to tap into their own intuition, tap into their own spiritual gifts, and they struggle to. So they're intimidated by the fact, because I always say that when you are kind of spiritually in tune, it does give you like that extra edge in the 3D world, and people could find you intimidating because they feel like you know shit that they should be knowing, or they just feel like you're one cut above the rest because they just don't have the same skills or intuitive knowing that you have. So we also have a sacred purpose. You have the answer, and lucid dreaming. So for the lucid dreaming, reaffirming for me that you're someone that you set your goals, you set your dreams, you achieve them, and on top of that, spirit will send you messages within dreams. So for me, that basically says what we were saying, how stuff doesn't have to happen in the 3D for you to know it's happening. I'll give you an example. Before I fell out with my group of friends that I knew for like years, plenty of years, like 10 plus years, right? I was receiving dreams that just, it wasn't making sense. Like, it was dreams about me just like randomly falling out with people, and it prepared me for what occurred because I fell out with the people. So that's literally you. You will receive dreams and downloads about folk that don't have your best interest at heart, folk that could be talking about you behind the scenes, folk that could be thinking about you. It doesn't have to be negative as well. It could be romantic as well, like a romantic partner that's desiring you, a romantic partner that could potentially be coming into your life, and the universe wants you to be aware. It's just a signifier that people are intimidated by your connection with spirit, because even if you're not showy with it, they can sense that you have some kind of spiritual gift where the universe is constantly communicating with you, because they said it, like, you have a certain knowledge, you have answers that go beyond the seeing, go beyond what is known. They feel like, how do you know everything without being told? Okay. And people feel very intimidated because, yeah, they definitely feel that you are special. They definitely feel that you are an earth angel that is here to do like big shit. They feel like you have a big destiny. So I guess people could be very like intimidated when they try and block your destiny, because they know they're gonna receive karma, because it was never their place to decide what you can and cannot have. Like, no. They don't have that authority, and they're learning the hard way. Yes, people are intimidated by your sensuality. People are intimidated by the fact that, I don't know, I'm just getting an energy of you're very comfortable within your sexuality. You know how like not a lot, like I'll give you an example of sex workers. They are very comfortable when it comes to their sexuality. They have no problem expressing their sexuality. They have no problem exploring their sexuality. They are not held by the restraints of societal projections to get into a box. That's you. I'm not saying you're a sex worker, but that's you with your sensuality. And people are kind of envious and intimidated by the fact that however you need to use it to your situation, say if you just want to show a bit of cleavage to attract an admirer, or you know, you want to secure a sugar daddy and you don't mind giving some sugar, that's you. Okay, people are just intimidated how you're able to use your sensuality to your benefit, and the fact that you invoke a lot of profound feelings within whoever you connect with. Okay, you have folks that get obsessed with you. You have folks that get very passionate and don't want to leave you. They want to stay connected to you. I feel like as well, people that know you, I don't know if you've had obsessive exes that just don't want to leave you alone, that want to be connected to your life in some kind of way. Like, people are envious by that, whereas you may find that as an annoyance because you're like, you're an ex for a reason. Okay, people are intimidated by the fact that you have people going loco over you. Okay, on top of that, you could be very mature yourself. You could be an alpha male, an alpha feminine, it doesn't matter. Or like we said, if you like the sugar daddies, you have no problem attracting mature men, okay? Or it's just a situation where you have no problem attracting mature people because regardless of your age, they still feel like you're on their level. They still feel like there's something they can learn from you, okay? And people can find that intimidating because how the hell can someone younger influence people of such maturity and status and, you know, life experience? Oh, let's see that. Okay, mature women. So same situation. Some folk out here be attracting the sugar mamas, or it's just reaffirming that you are very mature yourself, and that's why people are intimidated. You're mature when it comes to your intellect and knowledge, and you're mature when it comes to your intuition and emotions, and people are intimidated by that. On top of that, you are a trendsetter. You're very innovative, you're very creative, you're very authentic and unique. You're not trying to be anyone else but yourself. It's like, this may not apply, but like I'm hearing a vibe of like people want to think you're copying them, and then they kind of learn eventually later down the line, when you're really not paying them any mind, that you're only competing with yourself. Like, you're not out here competing with nobody, you're not out here copying off of nobody, you're just authentically being yourself, and you're setting trends, and it's intimidating, folks. On top of that, you're balanced, you are grounded, okay? That's why you don't rely on anyone for validation. That's why you don't look for love in all the wrong places, because you have no problem aligning, getting your chakras in order. You have no problem doing your not your manifestations, but people could be intimidated because you are a great manifester. But I was gonna say your meditations, okay? People are intimidated because it's giving the energy of you're hard to read. You're very zen, you're very chill, you're very relaxed. People cannot bait you and draw you out of your character. People cannot easily trigger you. You're very diplomatic, you're very calm, balanced, and like grounded in all, okay? I cannot say it enough. People are just intimidated that, like, yo, you can't be pressed, okay? You got folks pressed over you, but you're not pressed over nobody, and that's intimidating. On top of that, you are hella funny. It comes easily to you. It's light work for you. And you could also be someone who laughs at your pain as well. And I guess it's just not a detriment, that's not the word I need. It just shows how healed you are and how you're able to learn from painful cycles. The fact that you can easily laugh at your pain and just be like, yeah, we were young and dumb, we had rose tinted glasses on. People struggle to laugh at their pain because they feel like they're judging themselves. I don't know, they don't have the same kind of outlook as you. But regardless, you're funny, it comes naturally to you, you're not a try-hard. People just easily laugh at the random stuff you say. I find as well, people find me a lot funnier when I'm just being myself, when I'm just talking generally instead of actually trying to be funny. And that could be you guys as well. Like, people are intimidated that people find you funny when you're just literally being yourself. Like, you're not trying to impress anybody. You very much have an energy of take me or leave me. Like, I'm not really fussed. On top of that, no one wants to argue with you. You can talk circles around anybody. You're very mysterious. People want to know more about you, but nah, once they're kicked out of the fan club or once they're kicked out of your circle, there's nothing more to know, okay? You are someone, and that's why folks are intimidated by you, because they can feel like they know you because you're easily connecting with them and getting to know them. But they realize that you are someone that tells people what you want them to know about you, okay? You're not going to be out here spilling your business to everybody and anybody, and that could have folks intimidated because they feel like they have verbal diarrhea. They just need to talk about themselves. They need to tell people everything and anything about themselves because, hey, that's just how they operate, right? But overall, no one wants to argue with you. Oh my god, originality. You're very authentic and literally mystery. Oh my gosh. And stagnation, reaffirming heartbreak, you're a healer. But with that stagnation, reaffirming that if you feel like someone is causing stagnation for you, we also have divine help, information. Bitch, guy, girl, you be knowing shit. The divine be protecting you, looking after you. Yo. Anyway. Can we just get one card? But yeah, the stagnation is here again. Reaffirming that you get the download that something is slowing you down. It's not given to you the way it should be given to you. You're going to move on. We literally said it. We literally said you're a lone wolf. We literally said you are a popular loner, okay? Spirit is saying that you are gonna meet your soul tribe. You're gonna meet people who resonate with you, people who are like-minded like you. Like, they're gonna come into your lives, okay? Don't be stressed about the fact that you're continuously having to walk away from people. It's just spirit testing you, okay? Spirit testing if you're very committed to yourself, very committed to yourself love, your growth and your development, and you're not allowing other people to keep you chained down or to just stop you from growing, because you are a leader, okay? You are not the sheep, you are the shepherd. You are we said it, you're a trendsetter. You can't be a trendsetter unless you're a leader, unless you're here to inspire change, okay? But anyway, people are intimidated by the power that you hold, by the self-power that you have, by the fact that not only other people hold you to a higher regard, but you hold yourself to a higher regard. You look at people crazy if they don't give you the respect that you deserve. And people are intimidated by that because they don't feel like they have the power within themselves to be that bold, okay? Like, you're very bold. You have no problem standing out. Like, it is what it is. And on top of that, reaffirming what we said at the start, that you are not afraid to stand alone. You are not afraid to walk life alone, because at the end of the day, sometimes, like, you realize holding on to things that do not serve you, stagnation, that's all it brings. It just slows down your abundance. It slows down your progression, and you're not here for it. Rejection. Yeah, you understand that what does not work out for you is literally just a blessing in disguise, okay? We literally said it with the whole job thing. A job can fire you and you'll still be optimistic that you needed to be fired from this job in order to, you know, keep on your right path, in order to find the opportunity that is your forever home. So people are intimidated, whereas they may face rejection, and we literally said progression. So yeah, we'll get into that. People are intimidated because where they may face rejection and get all up in their head about it, be sulking, have victim mode, want to crumble, want to go in a hole, you don't care. You take it on, you learn whatever lesson you can learn from it, and you move on and you walk into the next phase of life. You don't cry over it. Rejection is God's protection, and you live by that code. And people find that very intimidating. That I don't know if people want to reject you in the hopes that you'll fight for them, or in the hopes that you'll show a keen interest to be accepted. It's like, once you're rejected, you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm gone. People find that very intimidating, because you cannot be manipulated into playing any kind of mind games with nobody. Like, it doesn't work on you. You're very immune. But yeah, people are intimidated by your success. They're intimidated by the fact that you have a lot of opportunities available to you. You could be someone that you could work in loads of different industries, okay? You have so many different talents that you can utilize. Yeah, you're just constantly progressing. You're constantly moving up on your career ladder, or just your life plan ladder. And people find that intimidating, because they're just like, wow, how do you do it? How do you stay on track? How do you keep elevating? Maybe they feel like you elevate quite quickly, and they find that intimidating as well. They turn around and you're at the lower level, and then when they look back, you're running shit. When did that happen? You know what I mean? Ending. Yep. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep holding on to the past. Again, you have no problem accepting change. You have no problem accepting endings. You don't take shit personally. If someone wants to end something with you, you're not going to sit down and be like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Why didn't it? Like, you're going to just accept it. Okay, it's not a match. It is what it is. There is something bigger and better out there for me. And people find that intimidating because how the hell do you have such a look deeper? Things are not always as they appear. Exactly. Just because something is ending, it doesn't mean everything is over. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It just means you're receiving divine assistance and help to move on to the next abundant phase of your life, okay? Only the Lord, your ancestors, your guides know what is best for you. Obviously, you know what's best for you too, but you know how like they have a bird's eye view of the situation. They can see what's being said about you in the dark. They can see what's happening behind your back. So they're always going to have that extra insight and knowledge for what is best for you. And if they come in and they divinely orchestrate an ending, it's because they know that ending is going to serve you so much better than being stuck in a situation giving to it when it's just not giving to you the same way. Again, with the protection, people are intimidated by your divine protection. People are intimidated by the fact that you are just always working with spirit. You cannot be slowed down. Exactly, stagnation. When you feel stuck, let go and refocus until the answer comes to you. What did we say? You sit down and you pray to your guides. Give me the answer. I need guidance. I need help. They give you the answer to leave and you listen to that. You don't debate. You don't fight. You listen. You say, okay, I guess I need to move on because I feel the stagnation. I feel like shit ain't moving the way that I need it to. And yeah, folks are intimidated that even when they think you're going through hard cycles, even when they think you're facing stagnation, when they check back to see how you're doing, we said it, you're the CEO, you're running shit, you have plenty money. Like, they should have left you alone. They should have left you alone. And it literally says, remove masks. Remove the masks you want to hide behind. Be your true self. So people are intimidated by the fact that you are authentically who you are. You're not afraid of being judged by anybody. You're not afraid of, like, you're not seeking acceptance. You're not seeking validation. And on top of that, you force people to remove their masks when they don't want to remove their masks. I don't know, you just make them feel comfortable enough to be their authentic selves. And it could also just be an energy of you're able to see through people's masks as well. So if people are putting up a front, you can read them. And people find that hella intimidating, that they can't be fake around you because you'll see them for exactly who they are. Door, when one door closes, another door opens. So yeah, reaffirming that people are intimidated because you are able to manifest new beginnings like it's light work. You make opportunities happen for you. You don't sit around waiting for anything. People are intimidated that when one cycle ends for you, like the next day a new cycle is flourishing and waiting for you to just step right through. People are just, they don't know how you do it. How do you have so many opportunities available to you? One job can reject you. You got 10 more jobs that are wanting to approach you, that are wanting to sit with you and work with you. You literally have the energy where an ending is a blessing, okay? That's why people are intimidated. Whereas for them, they feel like an ending is literally the end. You have that optimistic outlook where it's like, oh, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. This situation was slowing me down anyway. I guess I was not supposed to be here. I am sacred. We literally said it. You have a divine purpose. You are an earth angel. That protection, that connection to spirit. People are intimidated. People are intimidated that you have an energy of you don't have to like me, but you will respect me because that's what the fuck I deserve. Like, how are you so bold? How are you so outright? You just say whatever you need to say and you don't care how it's received. Like, it's not like you're just out here being rude. Like, if you feel like it's time for you to speak up, you're going to speak up because no one's going to disrespect you. And that's what it is. You're going to demand respect because you deserve respect. And people find that intimidating. One more card from this deck. Ooh, what was that? I am blessed. Yes, yes. People are highly intimidated by your connection to spirit because you are literally walking karma. That's why I feel like you're literally walking karma for people. People need to leave you alone. People need to stop pocket watching you. People need to stop counting your blessings, and they need to focus on themselves. They're intimidated by the fact that it's given like God's favorite. Okay, it's given God's favorite. No matter what blockages people throw your way, you are always thriving. You're always winning. You're always succeeding. Okay, and balance again. Oh my gosh, you're someone who you will never allow your fears, anxieties, or your shadow self to stop you from taking new opportunities. You'll never allow that to keep you in like a negative mindset. You refuse it. You refuse to. You have an outlook where you acknowledge your shadow self, you acknowledge those fears and anxieties, but you reassure yourself that this is how we're going to combat them. This is how we're going to overcome them. Because yeah, you're just very balanced, and you understand that you can't feed into that side of yourself. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on the opportunities and the blessings that the divine are sending to you. And people find that intimidating because we said it before, like they get into victim mentality. They are not balanced enough to understand that failings and rejections and endings is literally a blessing to redirect them to where they need to be in life. And we literally have spirituality, intuition, stress relief. Yeah, you are someone that you're very balanced. You don't allow situation, places, peoples, or things to stress you. You will not get pressed over nothing that is not paying your bills, you know? Like, no, you're not taking up any free space in my head. You're not renting out no condos up in here, please. People are intimidated by your I don't give a fuck energy, okay? They find it very intimidated. They're intimidated by your spirituality. They're intimidated by the fact, this energy that you don't have to see shit happening in the 3D to know what's good. You're intuitively tapped in. Even if people don't tell you, they know you're intuitively tapped in, because maybe you have confirmed things to them that they have not told you, and they're kind of like, how the fuck do you know that? Hold space for your difficult emotions. Yeah, people, again, you're emotionally mature, okay? You are very powerful. You have a lot of inner strength. People are intimidated by the fact that you're a healer, by the fact that you're able to hold space for your painful emotions, and they don't slow down your success. Say if you're someone who may deal with low moods, you may deal with depression, you're going through a low mood cycle or a phase, and people think, oh, you're not going to get anything done. No, you heal yourself, you acknowledge the emotions that you're feeling, you do the shadow work you need to do, and then you're on to the next. And people are like, how? How do you do that? Because they are struggling to face certain shadows because they just refuse to do the work. It's easier to be avoidant. But pal free, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, join my familia, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye.